a Find My iPhone ping provide probable cause to get a search warrant? Hey guys, my name is Anthony Bandiero, bringing in a roadside chat. I'm broadcasting from my hotel room in Mount Pleasant, Texas, where I've been teaching Texas DPS and surrounding agencies all week. All right, so this officer talks about he's in California. He said, all right, I had a question regarding Find My iPhone as it pertains to searches. We've had an influx of stolen, lost phones, and the owners have been requesting our assistance to retrieving them. It has been our practice that we can go to the residence where the phone is pinging, knock and talk, but if they deny possession of the phone or decline a search, we have to leave and are left really without any options. I've done some research and found some cases where Find My iPhone has been used as a basis for detention and searches, but I'm unable to find any specific case law, regarding this, right? About homes and so forth. What do you think? All right, so let's lay some ground rules, right? First of all, if a suspect steals a cell phone, or if the phone is lost that is used to find my iPhone or whatever the Android equivalent is that a search under the Fourth Amendment? And the answer is no. So that's the first thing we have to do, because that a defense attorney is going to be like, oh, well, you didn't have, let's say the phone was stolen, right? And the defendant here, you didn't have the defendant's, consent to track that phone, and that violated the defendant's reasonable expectation of privacy. No, it did not, right? No, it did not. So we know from tons of cases where people steal cars, and the owner of the car tracks the car through OnStar. Well, LoJack is a tracking device, right? That's been upheld, that's been in service, whatever, for decades, really. Or gives the police the credentials to log into their GPS tracker that they have on the car. And so those are not searches. And the reason why is that a thief does not have a reasonable expectation of privacy in that information that's being emitted from that stolen device, or car, right? So here we're in the same boat. If a defendant steals a phone and that is giving tracking information to whoever, I don't care if it's the police, whatever, then that person, the defendant, cannot complain about that. That's step number one. Step number two, if that ping brings you to a house, a knock and talk is a great way to try to resolve this, right? Hey, did you find the phone? Oh, you found it? Oh man, so glad you can return it, right? And we go from there. But if the person is not, admitting to the phone, and I don't know the phone you're talking about and so forth, the next question is, do you have probable cause? Is there what are you going to tell the judge, right? Okay, is that ping enough to give you probable cause? And here's my answer, and I'm absolutely certain on this answer. And the answer is maybe, right? So if we are talking about a farmhouse in the middle of Nebraska, and that's the only farmhouse for miles, and that ping is indicating that that phone is in that house, let me assure you that is probable cause all day, twice on Sunday, right? Because where else is that ping coming from? But if that ping is coming from an apartment complex in New York, I got to tell you, it's not probable cause, right? Because we know that these pings can be off several meters, right? 15 meters comes to mind, if my memory serves me right, but I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of guessing here, but I know that they're not down to the inch. They're, it's feet and yards, right? So that's the problem with like having an apartment complex. So if you have a ping coming from an apartment complex, then you're going to need a little bit more. I'll also tell you, I don't think I'd be very careful about pings coming from a neighborhood in still an urban area. You have experience with Find My iPhone, right? So do I. I have definitely experienced that my iPhone, whether it's my kid's iPhone or whatever, it's not the most precise, right? Not in urban areas. Like it may be saying it's at this house, but really my kid is at the house next door. So the point is that, you know, Nebraska is one thing, but, in a neighborhood is another. But however, we're not done. What else do you know? Right? How did the person act? What did the person say? Right? Um, did they actually admit that they found an iPhone, but you can't look at it? Right? Um, if you run the people, because you run the tags on the registered owners of the vehicles in front, do they have a history, of this? Right? Um, do you know these people? Is this a problem house and so forth? Maybe you had some history of criminal activity at this house. The point is that we I would love, and one of a great little example is like to make the phone make the phone make a sound, right? Make a sound from the phone. Find my iPhone and boom, play sounds, and you start hearing the sound coming from their apartment. Well, look, whether you go in or not under agency is up to you, um, but that certainly would give you probable cause that phone is in there. It's things like this. So the answer is, I understand I understand the hesitancy, right? We don't want to just rush in and be like, all right, the ping is from here. Boom, you must have the cell phone. Look at these other factors, right? Look at the totality of the circumstances. And usually you're not going to be dealing with the Nebraska farmhouse. You're going to be dealing with a urban area, and you're going to have to come up with something a little more precise, right? A little more articulate than just the fact that the geolocation for the phone is in that area. Now, maybe a few years from now, the GPS location of these phones is so precise, right, that it can't be wrong. I don't know, right? But in this day and age, I don't think we're there yet. And courts are not comfortable giving you a warrant only based on a ping. They're going to want something else to, corroborate, right, this ping, right? And that's what we're looking for. And so, good question. I hope that this helps. Please keep the questions coming. If you have anything to clarify on this or anything else I teach, reach out to us at bluetogold.com or leave a comment below. Hopefully that will also be a way to reach out to us. If you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, my friends, you stay safe.